Hi, this is Charles Kelly. In the UK, property prices have fallen again for the fifth month in a row, according to another lender now, the Nationwide Building Society. That's only fallen on their figures by just over 0.5%, 0.6%. Average price is now just over 258,000, but they're falling month on month. And the growth rate for the whole year is only now at just over 1%, 1.1%. And that's more than half of what it was the previous year. So things are going down. And what I'm asking you now, is property still a good investment? Is it still a profitable investment amidst falling house prices and, of course, rising interest rates? Well, look, we've got to look at the figures in context. Yes, prices are down, lending is down, but the current market trends may be important, but you've got to look at the long-term view. Now, I've got a webinar this evening on it's Wednesday evening, in case you're watching it, 8 p.m, where I'll be going into investing and building wealth in more detail. So do have a look at the link below. But look, you've got to take a long-term view. Historically, property has proven to be a solid investment choice. It has for me, it has for millions of others for hundreds, if not thousands of years, because there's a need there. People will always need to live somewhere. You can get leverage to buy property, you can get loans, you can get mortgages to buy property. And that's important to people when they're trying to raise money to buy property. So think about that and think about it as a long-term investment. I'm not talking about traders. I'm not talking about people who flip property. I'm talking about investors. Just like in the stock market, investing in stocks and shares is a long-term thing unless you're doing day trading or something. Okay, so it's proven to be a good investment, and the reason for the drop recently is obviously what's going on in the economy, the war, the events of the last couple of years, and of course inflation and interest rates. But this is just, if you look at it in say in 20 years time, this will probably be a temporary blip on a chart. So don't worry about it too much. But it's important to keep in mind that you've got to make the right investment choice. You've got to get the right mortgage. The deal has got to be the right fit for you. I know that with higher interest rates now, it's not possible to do what you could do a couple of years ago in terms of borrowing up to the hilts and still making a profit on the rent, because higher interest rates mean that the deals are less affordable for buy-to-let lenders, and they won't lend as much as they would in the past. Same thing with people buying properties to live in. But for those who are looking to invest in property, good idea to consider the current conditions, but it's also a good idea to look forward into the longer term. Obviously, if you're buying somewhere to live in, that's a different matter. We're not talking about investment here. We're talking about living in that property. So in that respect, you've got to do your research. You've got to find out, is this where I want to live? Can I afford this mortgage? Am I better off doing this than renting? And in most cases, the answer is yes. And certainly in the long term, the answer is always yes. So in conclusion, even with the trend of falling house prices, the UK may still be considered a good property investor area. The economy is good, and you've got to do your research, as I said, and look at it as a long-term investment. So with careful consideration, with your research, I'm sure you can do very well in property, provided you do it correctly and do it right. Now, learn more in my free webinar this evening, 8 p.m. If you're watching this another time, then look for the next Wednesday where it will be at 8 p.m. But look for the link, and that will take you to where you want to go. And basically, it's for people that are worried about the financial situation at the moment. Maybe you're struggling. Maybe you need to do something. We know that wages are falling behind with the cost of living, and have been for many years. That's why unions are going out on strike, because they know that their wages are falling behind. So you've got to do something to change your own situation. The economy, the government is not going to do it for you. You have to take action yourself. Even in terms of pensions, goodbye to the golden age of retirement, the Telegraph said the other day. That means that a lot of the good pensions are just gone unless you're a government worker, and even they are being scaled back in the UK, in France. In fact, in France, they've been rioting on the streets. So look, I want to teach you not only how to survive in the coming recession, but to thrive even in any recession, even in a depression. I want to show you how to get control of your finances immediately, get control of your spending, and then start saving and investing for the future, and then learn more through education about money and finance. So join me online at 8 p.m. Wednesday evening, and I will take you through that. There's a short registration process. Just go through that, and I will see you there on the other side. See you soon. Bye for now.